This is the agency profile page. Let's make sure we have Community Board 2 as the only selection. This page presents a distribution of agencies and service request ticket statuses. Once a service request is called in, it is assigned to an agency that handles that complaint. As the agency progresses with each specific complaint, it updates the status to one of the following: assigned, closed, open, pending, started, or unassigned. One can assume that the status labels are self-explanatory. Select an agency to see related individual service requests, broken down by ticket status and the agency's average number of days to close a ticket. On this view, you can quickly see which agencies get the greatest service requests and how quickly they are addressed. Keep in mind, in this instance, when you click on the largest portion of the bar, you are only choosing the closed service requests. If you want to see how many are open or have a different status, you will have to select the corresponding color of the status on the bar. Sometimes you might not know which agency corresponds to a complaint type you want to look up, in which case you can go back to page 3 and look up which agency shows up after choosing a specific complaint type. As in page 2, you can see the 3-in-1 service request data for each request that falls under all of the input parameters. The data shows unique ID, created date, agency, agency name, complaint type, descriptor, status, location type, open data channel type, and resolution description. Also, as in the previous pages, when we right-click on data in a view, in this case it is a bar graph, we see the same options as before: See Records, Show Data, Include, and Exclude. See Records shows us data for our particular bar segment selection. Show Data will show us data for the entire graph on display. Include will focus on only selected content, while Exclude will eliminate it from the dataset. Again, we will not focus on these functions right now. Let's look into the Department of Parks and Recreation, or DPR, in the year 2017. For this, we'll have to change the date range and the agency. Here you can see how many complaints have been assigned to the DPR in total, broken down by complaint status. Hovering over the different colors, you can see how many service requests are associated with the corresponding statuses. In addition, you can see how long it takes on average for the DPR to complete a service request by clicking on the closed service requests. Let's look at the following agencies: the New York Police Department, or NYPD, and the Taxi and Limousine Commission, or TLC, in the year 2017. Make sure you remember to unselect DPR. Here you can see how many complaints have been assigned to the NYPD in total and the TLC in total, broken down by complaint status. It looks like all the complaints assigned to the NYPD have been closed, but there are 101 service requests that are just assigned to the TLC. Let's look into the service requests with the assigned status. As you can see, there are actually 2 assigned service requests to the NYPD, and as seen earlier, 101 assigned service requests to the TLC. The average number of days to close is at 0, because these requests have not been addressed yet. If we look at the closed service requests, however, we can see how long it takes, on average, for an agency to complete a service request. Clicking on just the NYPD, we see it takes them 0.17 days to complete or close service requests on average, while it takes the TLC 38.49 days on average to complete a service request. Now let's go on to page 5.